Hi, welcome back to Crochet Creations in episode number 43. Well, I am turned a little bit. I have a light now, and I'm trying it again in the house. So grab a cup and join me. I have a couple of a little admin to go through for the month of September going into October. And then I have one finished object. I think I only have one, but a couple of works in progress to show you. So might as well just go ahead and do my episode and see how this goes. Well, that is good. 4 Folgers with cinnamon toast crunch creamer. We'll start right out with the Facebook group. If you have joined the Facebook group, you know that I have a lot of things going on. I have at least 10 announcements in the announcements tab to look. You have a yarn swap trading post in there. That's always there. And we have monthly make-alongs. We have quarterly make-alongs, and we have collaborations with other podcasters. So how fun is that? Have a knitting one once in a while. So that just ended. So we had end of the month, beginning of the month. So I'm going to go over everything that started and ended. Weeklies, Christy's Closet D-Stash. Now that was claimed. And so I sent it off. I don't have it. But this week we have 8 skeins of, well, not exactly sure what it is. It says knitting acrylic yarn. And that's the colorway, which again just has a number. It looks to be a 3 light. And it's like in the middle. It's not really soft and not rough at all. So it's right about in the middle. And I threw in one of the the Crochet Creations stitch markers. That's the green one. So you get 8 of these. If you'd like to try and win those, pop on over to the Facebook page, hit the announcements tab, find the tab for the weekly D-Stash, and follow the rules. You need to read the rules. Most of the rules are very easy, but every now and again I throw in a twist, like make something, answer a question, that kind of thing. I don't want to see your makes that you've done last year. So if there's a new post that goes up that's for 3 months, usually it means that you need to make it from the time that it went up until the 3 months. So sorry if your projects or your entries get deleted, but we can't, do it any other way. We just have to put up the post, and then if someone puts in something that doesn't fit, we just delete it. All right, well, let's see. Hats, and more hats. This is the hat post that's been going on all the way through 2020. And I have been trying to do at least one hat a week. And I am up to number 49, I believe. I finished number 49. I think. Yes. Anyway, I didn't do one this week because I did 2 last week. But I'm ahead of the game. I'm going to be caught up here pretty soon. I'm going to probably try a pumpkin hat here this week that I saw, that I put in the Happy Scrappy post. So our winning from September was Ravini, and she claimed it. And so this month, the winning yarn that you could win is Everyday Deborah Norville, and this is Bittersweet, and that is the October yarn. If you post a hat in the hats, and more hats, you could win this skein at the end of the month. Now at the end of the year, if you've posted a hat in every single month, your name will go in for a hook set, an armor clover hook set, and they are the smaller ones. Let's see what else. Happy Scrappy, that started in October, and I put a video up for that. It's Spooktacular Scrap Week month, and you could win if you enter a Spooktacular Scrap project. You could win these two beautiful skeins of knit crate and one of my stitch markers, and one of my towels for the month. So that's the prize for the Happy Scrappy for October. Excuse me. And then we had September was my birthday month, so we had a knit for a bit contest going on, and that was claimed. So I guess the only one I didn't talk about was the new quarterly. The show and tell for the quarter was drawn, and that winner was Chris Logan. She has yet to contact me, so I figured I'd mention it here. There's 3 new kits put up for the last quarter of the year, and if your name is drawn, you get to pick one of those choices. Those kits that are not picked will go back into other make-alongs. So don't think I'm giving 3 winners away. I'm not. I was just thinking that, some things, some months, I put up something and you don't want it, so you won't enter. This time, if there's 3 different choices, maybe other people will enter. So that's why. Okay, what is up and coming? We are having Christy's Closet Trick or Treat, just like we had last year, only a little bit different. So look for that post here coming up. I've got to get the bags ready for that, so I haven't got it up yet. But look for that. And the next thing too is I'm thinking about, oh yes, our trick or treat for our Hook and Stitch Live will be Saturday the 31st. Now we're having a live on the 17th, our normal live on the 17th. We were supposed to be scheduled for the 10th. We're popping it to the 17th because this Saturday we both have something. But instead of skipping 3 weeks, we'll go right back on regular schedule and we'll do our normal, which would have been Halloween Day. So we're going to have a really great live. We're going to have all kinds of giveaways. You have to be present to win them. They will be given away on the live show, and we will be playing trick-or-treating on the live show. So you do have to be present to win them. However, we will be drawing a random from our a Stitch in Time Cowl, so you won't have to be present to win that. Another thing that's coming up that you should be looking for is in November, I am doing a collaboration with Stephanie from Stephanie's Yarn Escape, and I will link her channel below. So look for that. We're working on it. And in November, also look for the sign up to do the Secret Santa yarn swap in December. We're having a Secret Santa this year, so that'll be different. I will post that. I will explain how that will run, and you'll have a deadline in November to sign up. And then the last thing to look forward to is a knit for a bit in December. So those are some up and coming things. Well, what have I been working on? Well, I did start a sweater. In my beautiful bowl, I have a cake of spun colors. I'm really liking that this light is right here. I think this is going to work because you can see those colors. And my sweater is coming along. I am in the middle of a row, so But you couldn't see my colors before. Look at that. How pretty. So I have about 25 rows, I think, done. There's my collar. So that's the collar, and then there's the shoulder and the back, and the arm is going to be there. But yeah, you can't really see the sweater, but now you can see the colors anyway. So that's something that I didn't really want to cast on, but yet I did, and I'm like, I want to do it. I want to do it. And that's upside down. So, but yeah, I'm excited to just, it's going to be so colorful. It's going to take forever though, because I've never done a sweater before, and already the row is getting longer. And then last week I talked about my whale blanket, and I tried like heck yesterday to get that to the point of sewing on the rest of the whales. Now I did finish the rest of the whales. They're all ready to sew on, so I have like 5 or 6, maybe 5 more, and I didn't get to the point where I could sew them on because I was just working. But I do have quite a bit of this done now. So I am the rest of this stripe, and then the big wide white stripe at the end, and then I had it upside down. So yeah, it's gonna have a little bit of work tonight on it, and it's gonna be done. It's gonna be done in no time. And one of the other things that I was working on last week, now this is a pattern out of one of the Leisure Arts books I showed you. Now H hook, just a shell pattern. Now last week I was working on a little black dress, and I needed to do this tonight because I'm going to box this dress up and send it out to its new owner. So it's all done, and as you can see, it has a sparkle. It has poofy, the sleeve is just a, what do you call this? I said it last week. Lattice. I'm not sure if it even said in the book, but this came out really soft. Even though I said that it had a little bit, I could feel the sparkle when I was working in it, but when you do this, you can't feel it. It's kind of weird how you could feel it. I just put one black ribbon on. This is the way the person wanted it. I asked if it was for Halloween, and she said yes, and she said plain, so she got plain. I would have dolled this up with probably some happy Halloween pumpkins on here, but that's not what she wanted, so this is what she's gonna get. But it came out really nice. Well, that is finished, and that is for a 4-month-old. One of the other things that I talked about, now that yarn, I'll just tell you what that yarn is before I go. It was Karen Simply Party, and that was the acrylic metallic black sparkle. That is a 4 medium, and I don't normally use 4 mediums for dresses, but it was a real light one. Just about like Karen Simply Soft, only with the sparkle in it. So it was light enough. I mean, it's weighing a little bit, but it's also for a Halloween dress. So the other thing that I was working on last week that I finished is this cowl that Claire is wearing, and that is knitted. I used a buttercream in black and white. It's an angel hair, and it's a 5 bulky, and it's really, really soft. And I used, I believe they were 9 millimeters. And then I said I used 100 stitches, and I thought that this was big enough when I finished it. So what I did was I had a skein that I'd left over from something, so I used one whole skein and then a quarter of another one, and then I stopped. I could have kept going. Look how that gradient, that it ended up. Isn't that different? So if you wanted to, you could wear this double, I think, if you really wanted to, and just roll it over. But I like the fact that it could be worn reversible. There's your pattern on both sides. And we were talking the other night in Knit Night about this type of bulky with a big halo, and how it is forgiving of your stitches. Even in knitting, it forgives your stitches, because I see something that I did. I'm not sure exactly what I might have done if I left it long or what, but the stitch is there. It's not like I dropped it, but because I mean, if I dropped it, I would have noticed that they weren't going, 3 knits, 1 purl, 3 knits, 1 purl all the way through. It didn't. There's still 100 stitches. I didn't drop any. But sometimes when you look at it, you're like, what happened there? But I really don't know. It zigzags in and out right there for whatever is going on. But I liked it also because, again, you can bring it down over your shoulders, or you could just leave it up, and you could turn it over. I just really liked this. This was inspired by the Outlander series book that I bought, or that I got from Debbie for my birthday, and I bought the second one. I did put in the payment for it, and it should be coming. The second one is supposed to be around the middle of October, so that one should be coming, and I will share that with you too. Now, before I close for the day, because I don't have anything more to show you, I decided to do the fall tag. I was tagged in a question and answer type thing by Heather the Crochet Witch, and I was watching her what do you call it, vlog-tober, and she tagged me right before she started that, and I was like, oh dear, means I have to do that. So I figured I'll just do it real quick here at the end of this, and then I'll tag a couple people and we'll be done. So there are 12 questions, and most of them relate to the fall because it's a fall tag. So they ask you apple cider or hot chocolate. Well, I was thinking about that question, and I figured I'd just go and dive right in and say, I don't like apple cider. I never did, hot or cold. And hot chocolate, I don't think it's cold enough for hot chocolate, but again, we have a local cider mill, and that's what it's called. And the one thing that we always love to get from the cider mill is their fresh donuts. They make donuts fresh every single day. There's cinnamon, there's sugar, and there's plain. And that is what we go to the cider mill for. So that was my answer there. Thanksgiving is your favorite, or Halloween? Halloween, I like to go around, drive around, and see everybody's decorations for Halloween. That is one of my favorite things to do. And I do like giving out candy, especially at work. And I did at home when I was younger. I liked that. We used to have a lot of kids that came to our house. But I also like to take my daughter out, especially to her grandma's house for Halloween trick-or-treating. Do I call it autumn or fall? I call it fall. It's my favorite time of year. A lot of you have said something about it being your favorite time of year too. And yes, it's fall here. I don't know why, it just is. Do I want to do you like trick or do you like treat? I guess I like to treat. I don't like the trick people or because they'll get even with you. They'll pay you back, and then you're even more frightened than you thought. Yeah. So it's treat, definitely treat. Do I like to carve or eat pumpkin pie? Well, that's another thing. I did like to carve when my daughter was younger, and we could carve. But eating pumpkin pie, only one way to do it, and that's with homemade whipped cream. You take heavy cream, put a little powdered sugar in it, and whip it with your hand mixer until it's stiff. That's the best whipped cream ever on homemade pumpkin pie. So unless you have that, you can't have it. Okay, is your favorite a haunted house, a haunted hayride, or a corn maze? Well, the haunted house is quite scary. I've been in one that was done by some really good actors, and it was scary. I guess the hayride, because you're going along and then they're doing things and you can be, I don't know. I guess the hayride is. A corn maze, I've never done it, so I don't know. Favorite Halloween candy? I really, really like Reese's cups, but the thing about Reese's cups is I prefer the Reese's in the shape of whatever holiday it is, like the trees or the Easter eggs or whatever. And the reason for that is because the outside chocolate is thinner and it seems to be creamier. So if you get one like a Halloween shape and it's Reese's, that's the one that I like the best. Absolute favorite. Do I like to shop on Black Friday? Well, I had never gone out on Black Friday. And one of the reasons is I used to have to work all the time, and I did work nights for quite a while. But the other one was, it just never, and it didn't interest me. But then we did go out a couple of times, and now I do like it. So, especially for crafts, I love to go into the craft store and get the coupon and then go back in it a couple hours later and use a different coupon and go back in a couple hours later and use a different coupon. I love to do that at AC Moore. I did it like 2-3 years in a row. And they do it throughout the day, and they didn't make you go there at 4 o'clock in the morning. They would start at like 7 or 8. So to me, that was cool. All right, and then what do you love about fall? I love is the smell of the change of the colors of the leaves and the smell while it's doing it. That is just amazing. It's much cooler, and I just love that. I wish it would stay like this all the time. Right now, what it is like today is perfect. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. There's no bugs out to bug the heck out of your horses. Your horses can be out all the time. That's what I like about fall the best. I really do. What I hate about it is that eventually it turns cold, and you know it's coming. That's what I hate about it. You just know it's going to get cold, and it's going to snow. All the leaves are going to be gone. Oh, and that's what I hate about the fall. It's just about the time you want to see the peak of the orange and the red and the yellow. It'll rain really hard and bring all the leaves down all at once. And you're like, oh, that's what I hate about fall. Favorite fall accessory? Oh, cardigans for sure. I love it. Just cool enough to pop on that extra layer and just go to work. Don't have to put anything on your head. Just the perfect weather for a cardigan. My favorite Halloween movie. Absolutely, hands down, who doesn't love Stephen King movies, but my favorite is Pet Sematary. Absolutely. Pet Sematary. It'll scare you. It'll make you cry. It'll scare you. It'll you're shocked. I mean, you're just always shocked. I just love Pet Sematary. I love the book too. I really liked that one. Do I dress up? No, I don't. I don't even think I didn't even really dress up when I was a kid. Not really. So no, I don't dress up. I like to see everyone else's though. So who am I tagging? Well, I'm going to tell you who I'm going to tag. I'm going to tag Miss Stephanie from Stephanie's Yarn Escape. And I'm also going to tag Miss Christy from Tea Doddles. And I'm also going to tag Miss Kim from The Crafty Nomad. And I think I'm going to definitely tag Miss Carrie Penny from Happy Crafty Homemaker, because she loves Halloween, and I know she does. She's got all kinds of stories about Halloween, so hopefully she will see this and she will do it. So those are my 4, and thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that my lighting is better. It is definitely different for me. Please let me know what you think about the lighting, and if you think I should change it, because there's like 7 or 8 different settings on here. I can put it over here, I can put it over here, I could put it back there. I don't know. I'm trying it out. I've got a light behind me too, because I tried that with it off, and I'm like, well, we'll try different ways. Thanks all for joining me. I'll talk to you soon for a new addictions video coming out maybe tomorrow or the next day. And if you sent me something and I don't know it, you know who you are. Let me know if I can show it on my next addictions video. I haven't opened it yet, and that's kind of why I want to know. So somebody snuck in a box today that I got. All right, thanks. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you like to see what's going on here. Bye, y'all.